Let's fix our gaze on Rosewood now, and the Coalition Against Illegal Logging is urging government to invest the proceeds from the sale of illegal rosewood into planting new ones. Confiscated rosewood has over the years been turned into charcoal, while some has been carried away by the floods. An executive member of the Coalition Against Illegal Logging, Kenneth Asiedu, says Ghana will lose huge revenue if we fail to invest in the plantation of rosewood. Mr. Asiedu also refuted claims made by the Lands and Natural Resources Minister about the economic viability of rosewood. Former Lands Minister Inusa Fuseni has said all activities in rosewood trade in Ghana are illegal. This is due to a ban that has been placed on the export of rosewood in the country since 2018. The former Tamale Central MP, speaking at the Joy Forum on ending illegal rosewood trade in the country on Wednesday, was insistent that transporting of rosewood from any part of the country is not approved by authorities, thus making it illegal. We're joined by an executive member of the Coalition Against Illegal Logging, Kenneth Asiedu, and he joins the conversation via Zoom. So, Kenneth, looking at all the discussions that have been brought to bear on the illegality of the rosewood trade and whether any of it can even be legal at this point in time, why is it that you are arriving at this conclusion? Do share with us.
Okay, first of all, I'll greet the audience and the President of the nation. To go with this, I would say, about these rosewood issues, we don't actually go into much details on what Honorable Fuseni said. When you check of whatever he was saying about burning with charcoal, we use the rosewood to burn charcoal and all that. Rosewood is also part of the hardwood in the three northern regions. And if you check, it's not only rosewood that is used to burn charcoal. We use all other hardwoods like the papaw and the other species involved. But then, we the Coalition Against Illegal Logging, we want to emphasize much more on the planting and the afforestation of the rosewood, because you can see we can take rosewood as a natural resource, as gold, like how we are doing gold now. Putting ban on the rosewood and our logging of the rosewood gives people the opportunity to do illegal, and which isn't right. So we are all trying to stand against that, because no matter what you do, we are in Ghana here, and so I'll give an example of people taking most of our wood to our neighboring countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Togo, just to export, which makes us lose revenue. So we want to emphasize on planting more of the rosewood, which we can harvest in some years coming. That will also benefit those who are coming after us.
Mr. Asiedu, okay. Go ahead, Mr. Asiedu.
Okay, so secondly, me coming to what we are saying now, like probably what Honorable Fuseni said, I'm really against whatever he said, because actually, if you go through all what he has been saying, it doesn't correspond with whatever is happening on the ground. You get what I'm saying?
You might have to explain further what exactly you mean, because we know that the harvesting of rosewood has been illegal. We also know that it's become problematic, especially in the northern belt of the country. So if you say you do not agree substantially with what he is saying, you are merely proffering that we should plant more of those trees. But how does that counter what Inusa Fuseni has been saying? You can explain further.
Okay, so when I'm saying that the planting will help solve the solution, it will, because now rosewood is already planted, but we have seedlings for rosewood that can be planted, and most of the people who are cutting the rosewood are mostly cutting off reserves. When you go to Forestry Commission, we have what we call off-reserve and reserve. And the off-reserve are mostly for farmers who have acquired their lands in way back in the olden days from their forefathers and all that. And they might have this kind of species on them, not necessarily rosewood, maybe other species, which they want to cut down for farming purposes. But then most of the companies who have been given the rights and the permit by the Lands and Commission so that they can acquire those rosewoods down. That is why we call it a salvage permit. So if you are telling me, if Honorable Fuseni is saying we should stop, we should ban it, but what I'm going to say is if you ban it, rosewood cannot be used for charcoal. Because at the end of the day, those using it for charcoal are also doing it illegally. And we are just going to stand in to just say we are not going to allow anybody to do illegal logging. And now we are going to help the government with Honorable Dinapo and the CEO of Forestry Commission so that we do more of the planting, then that can also solve the solution of the logging.
All
and
right.
Secondly, too, in Ghana,
please wrap up on that second point. Please wrap up on that second point for me, Mr. Siedu.
All right. So what I want to say is that the planting can really help us over this confusion over the logging, but the banning of it is what that we need to sit down and see to it now. Because as at Joy News, let's say as at Joy News, if you are banned from coming on social media, won't you have another platform to also come and counter? That is what is happening now. So we the coalition against illegal logging are just standing in for those who are going to do the illegal. We are going to make sure they will go through the right process to get whatever they need.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Siedu, for breaking it down for us what exactly your group is calling for.